Hi, today I'm going to talk about some fascinating iPath research, a particularly interesting advertising survey, and video SEO.
We are often asked about how to best SEO your videos. More and more, when we're searching through the Google search engine, we're seeing videos ranking highly. Typically, they might be appearing in spots 2, 3, 4. Generally, it's 2 videos at a time for a search. That's clearly pretty high impact. You get a thumbnail included as well, so the likelihood of people clicking on them is increased because they can see something that sticks out, an image, in amongst a sea of words. So, first port of call is when you're using YouTube as your main traffic platform for video, first off, make the title as interesting as you possibly can. A lot of clicks are happening daily simply because the titles are interesting. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean a bland subject needs to be worded in the way that it actually reflects the subject matter completely. You can entice a click by just putting a twist on what that title is to try and get people's interest more. The description, it should at least include a URL, a clickable URL. So you need to include the HTTP at the front. And that URL should be relevant to the video. So you might be wanting to send people to a similar topic on your own website. You might want to sell them or push them into your sales funnel. And as a result, they might go from a video that's a how-to or touching on a subject in your marketplace and then trying to push them into maybe an opt-in or possibly even, looking further into your services or products. So those are the 2 key things. Then I would strongly suggest a call to action as well. Build in at the bottom something that implies that, great, hope you've enjoyed this video. Please click on the link above or do X, Y, Z. It's a shame to waste the space. At least give yourself the opportunity of pushing people through the sales funnel, even if it's just an educational video. The last thing, of course, is the keyword tags. Try and keep them short and sweet. 2 to 3 words is quite good. 5 to 10 keyword tags, I would say, is probably a good starting point. And don't forget, keep having a look at the analytics, keep getting feedback about where the viewers are coming from, what they're typing in to find you, and you can build more content around the success stories. The Missouri University of Science and Technology recently did some very interesting eye tracking research of people using websites and how they react when they're seeing new websites. First thing to say was that it's pretty clear that the initial eye path for anybody landing on a website is top left corner. The logo, which is normally in the top left corner of any website, has roughly an average attention span of 5 to 6 seconds. So that is pretty interesting because it's not easy to get away with logos that don't necessarily paint the right picture about your service or business. The next thing to say would be that on average, people are spending 6 further seconds. So that's 6 seconds after they've looked at your logo. They'll spend 6 seconds assessing what we call the above the fold area of the page. So that is basically the area that doesn't require any scrolling. So it's the area they see as soon as the website's opened. There are certain key aspects to that above the fold area. Having an image, having a high quality image, having short, succinct messaging, particularly through bullet points, though there are many other angles that we use with our clients' websites to get that message across in a short amount of time succinctly. The final thing to say there is, if you're relying on people scrolling to really understand your message and what you're presenting to them, then you're losing a lot of potential opportunity. Because if it's not there, hitting them in the face when they land on your website, the chances of them scrolling in great numbers are not very high. Be high impact in that above the fold area. A very interesting piece of research came out of the Digital Advertising Alliance this week. And that was that 40% of people surveyed would prefer to see advertising purely targeted at them rather than a generic advertising campaign. Now this fits in beautifully with the remarketing and retargeting strategies that we're running. Let me remind you that retargeting strategy is based around dropping a cookie onto their laptop, desktop, tablet, whatever they're viewing your website on. Once they've visited your website, that cookie goes onto their machine. That cookie allows you to advertise to them and follow them around the internet. So your image-based ads will be constantly appearing on third-party websites, even as high quality as the BBC website, CNN, Oprah Winfrey's website, and a whole range of high quality websites, Bloomberg, CNBC, Money Week, a whole range of very high quality publications offer this particular type of advertising through their websites. The initial setup is through a search network like the Google search network, or sorry, in this case, the display network. Now, if initially there were some serious privacy worries about this particular area, and even now there are a lot of conversations going on behind closed doors that arguably could manipulate the path of this particular strategy in the future. But today, for 40% of people to prefer that type of advertising is very interesting and suggests that this particular strategy will be only getting more powerful as the time goes on.